Revered kid, hear my voice as I address you from the profundities of time never ending. In the gigantic field of presence, amidst the vast stars and frameworks, I yell to you with a friendship that transcends all appreciation. You are following after some admirable people in this enormous universe. I'm here with you, guiding you, defending you, and esteeming you as my own. From the preview of your start to the uttermost furthest reaches of your days, I have been nearby, twisting around the woven fine art of your reality with endless thought and exactness. Every breath you take, every heartbeat that pulses through your veins is a show of my love for you. You are my esteemed youngster, and I hold you in the focal point of my hand. As the producer, things being what they are, I have shaped you in my image, enhancing you with gifts and capacities uncommonly your own. You are horrendously and brilliantly made, a masterpiece of my creation. There could be no one else in the world extremely like you, for you are an impression of my brilliant nature. Anyway, the difficulties of life could weigh profound upon your shoulders. Understand that you don't bear them alone. I'm here to back off your weight, to lift you up when you falter, and to bring you through the most dark of nights. My reverence for you surpasses every single judicious limit, and it will uphold you through every whirlwind that could come your bearing. In the surging about of standard day-to-day presence, it might be quite easy to neglect to zero in on what your character is and where you come from. Regardless, I'm here to assist you with recollecting your genuine lifestyle as my loved youngster. You are not portrayed by your triumphs or frustrations, your resources or achievements. You are portrayed by the warmth that I have for you, a fondness that knows no conclusion. So encourage, my child, and focus on the voice that yells to you from the profundities of time never ending. Trust in my friendship and let it guide you on your trip through life. For I'm the producer, things being what they are, and I hold you in the focal point of my hand, as of now and forevermore. Heidel, divine compassion, a fragile embrace amidst fight in the gigantic extent of presence. Amidst the discourse weaving of human experience, there exists an unimaginable vault of sympathy moving from the center of the sublime. Hear these words as a fragile mumble that strokes the profundities of your soul. I see the fights and hardships you face, and my heart pulsates with compassion toward you. Know, sweetheart, that you are seldom alone, for I am with you by and large. My dearest kid, as you investigate the thrilling twists in the street of life's journey, I'm ever present, standing up concerning your triumphs and your hardships. I see the greatness of loads that you convey upon your shoulders, the tears that fall in previews of discouragement, and the peaceful cries of your heart in the haziness of night. Additionally, in each second, my heart extends with compassion toward you, my loved youngster. Amidst adversity, when the road ahead has all the earmarks of being steep and the obstacles unconquerable, understand that I am walking nearby, offering solace and fortitude to lift you. Anyway, the storms could fume, and the breezes could cry, my veneration for you remains faithful and undaunted, a reference point of light that coordinates your bearing through the indefinite quality. Right when the greatness of the world does whatever it may take to crush your spirit, let my compassion be an emollient that eases your exhausted soul, for I appreciate the fights that you face, and I hold you in the sensitive embrace of my love, broadening comfort and solace amidst difficulty. You are important to me, dear, and my heart pulsates easily your misery. In previews of vulnerability and weakness, when what's to come appears to be shrouded in shadows, recall that I am the light that shines in the dimness, edifying your direction with trust and ease. Trust in the power of my veneration to guide you through the storms of life, for a love knows no limitations, coming to the profundities of your being with unending compassion. You are seldom alone, sweetheart, for I'm with you for the most part, a calm presence that mumbles elevating explanations and moving in the peaceful openings of your heart. Slant upon me amidst difficulty, and let my love be a wellspring of fortitude and strength to help you through even the most dark of nights. In the embrace of my sympathy, find solace and concordance, understanding that you are cherished, unimaginable, and held in the sensitive thought of the grand. Also, as you adventure through the high focuses and depressed spots of life's insight, review these words. You are seldom alone, for I am with you by and large, my valued youngster, idle, embracing wonderful exculpating, a message of unlimited love, my dearest young person. In the profundities of your soul, I see the substantialness of loads you convey, the blunders, the misgivings, the disturbance of past offenses. Anyway, hear me now, as I address the real focal point of your being. My warmth for you is authentic, and my remission surpasses every single sensible restriction. No matter what the mistakes you've made, a few unsuitable turns you've taken, or the doubts that weigh significant on your heart, I offer you my magnificence and generosity. It is a gift transparently given, a medication for the wounds of the past, and an uplifting sign for what's to come. Make an effort not to let the chains of culpability and shame tie you, my loved youngster. Make an effort not to let the shadows of the past dull the brilliance of my veneration shimmering splendidly upon you. For I'm a ruler of new open doors, of huge compassion, and of unfailing exculpating. In my eyes, you were not portrayed by your stumbles. You were not reviled by your mistake. You were regarded, esteemed, and recognized in basically the same manner as you are, a dearest posterity of mine, meriting my ease and consideration. Anyway, you ought to at first recognize my pardon, to surrender the past and embrace the future that searches for you. Keep nothing away from the phenomenal power of my love, and let it wash over you like a fragile stream, cleansing you of all that loads you and holding you close in its sensitive embrace. Understand that my exonerating is surely not a one-time offer, but a predictable surge of ease that streams energetically from my heart to yours. It is a wellspring of re-energizing, a wellspring of patching, and a pathway to recovery for all who search for it. Thusly, my sweetheart, go on and to me with your loads, your qualms, and your disturbance. Lay them at my feet, and I will lift them from your shoulders, displacing them with the concordance that beats all perception and the joy that surpasses every single sensible constraint. I see the goodness inside you, the possible fit to be delivered, and I long to see you walk around the finishing of your real lifestyle as my treasured youngster. Regardless, to do thusly, you ought to at first recognize my vindication and extend it to yourself along with others. Excuse yourself, dear, as I have acquitted you. Release yourself from the chains of self-judgment and embrace the open door that comes from understanding that you are valued incomprehensible. Furthermore, as you experience the exceptional power of my exonerating in your own life, let it stream outwards, reaching the presences of individuals around you. Excuse others as I have exculpated you, loosening up ease and generosity to all who cross your direction. In this showing of remission, you will find recovering, modifying, and the significant sensation of concordance that comes from understanding that you are walking around plan with my wonderful will. Thusly, my revered youngster, understand that my love for you is inadequate, and my exculpating has no restrictions. Despite what bungles you have made, I offer you my excellence and consideration. Embrace it, dear, and permit it to completely change yourself from the back to front. With all my love, your reliably trustworthy and pardoning creator in the profundities of the night, when haziness seems to overpower your soul, I'm the light that punctures through the shadows, edifying your direction and guiding you towards the start of one more day. I'm the reassuring sign in the midst of misery, the compass that centers certified north when you have lost yourself. Trust in me, dear youngster, for I'm the individual who leads you through the labyrinth of life. Exactly when you end up left over at the intersection, dubious of what direction to take, I'm the fragile mumble in your ear, empowering you to follow the method of genuineness and truth. Despite how the outing may be loaded with deterrents and challenges, fear not, for I'm nearby, coordinating every one of your means with enduring adoration and compassion. Shift center over to the stars above, and you will see the magnificent bodies that I have set above, framing your fate and guiding you towards your genuine explanation. Trust in the superb solicitation of the universe, and understand that everything happens deliberately. To be sure, even in the midst of tumult and chaos, I'm the reliable hand that controls the course of your life towards the fulfillment of your dreams. In previews of vulnerability and weakness, when the substantialness of the world pushes ahead upon your shoulders, go to me and find solace in my presence. I'm the stone whereupon you can create your foundation, the fortification that shields you from the storms of life. With me as your helper, you need not fear the dark, for I'm the light that banishes all shadowiness. Keep nothing away from me, dear youngster, and let my love wash over you like a warm embrace. I'm the voice that mumbles elevating explanations and reassurance in your ear, comforting you that you are seldom alone. Trust in my knowledge, and I will show you how forward, driving you towards a future stacked up with trust and responsibility. As you adventure through life's winding ways, recall that I am by and large with you, guiding you with fondness and ease. Despite how the road may be long and the journey debilitating, inhale simple considering the data that I am the light that edifies your direction, guiding you through the cloudiness and driving you towards the light. Trust in me, dear youngster, for I will not at any point delude you. Title: Divine Strength, a stone and safe house amidst deficiency in the monstrous field of presence. Amidst the volatile developments of life's journey, there exists a consistent wellspring of fortitude transmitting from the center of the magnificent. Hear these words as a sensitive mumble that resounds through the profundities of your soul. Amidst inadequacy, I'm your fortitude. Write when you feel like you can't go on. Review that I am your stone and your haven. My dearest kid, as you cross the bending lifestyles, encountering difficulties on the way, understand that I am staying nearby for you, a steadfast presence offering solace and moving in your basic junction. Right when the loads of the world weigh enthusiastically upon your shoulders, and the storms of trouble do whatever it may take to overwhelm you, go to me and find strength in my embrace. In depictions of deficiency, when vulnerability creeps into your heart and fear fogs your vision, review that I am the stone whereupon you can manufacture your foundation. My love for you is unshakable, my power vast, and my excellence plentiful. Slant upon me, sweetheart, and permit me to be your fortitude in the tough spot. Exactly when the trip ahead gives off an impression of being overpowering, and the way is stacked with obstructions, take haven in the safe haven of my friendship, for I'm your sanctuary, a safeguarded harbor in the midst of life's whirlwinds, offering security and bearing to all who search for place of refuge in my embrace. Trust in my responsibilities, sweetheart, and permit them to be a reassuring sign that lights your course through the shadowiness. Understand that you are seldom alone, for I am with you ceaselessly, walking around to you continually. Exactly when you feel like you can't go on, when the substantialness of the world does whatever it takes to crush your spirit, reach me, and I will lift you up on wings of fondness and bring you through the primers that lie ahead. Midst weakness, let my fortitude be your anchor, laying out you amidst the wild expanses of life's hardships. Draw upon the vault of my magnificence, and let it fill you with mettle and adaptability to face whatever could come your bearing. For I have not furnished you with the sensation of fear yet, rather of power, love, and a sound mind. Remember, dear, that you are more grounded than you know, for my fortitude lives inside you, fit to be delivered. Trust in the power of my love to help you, and permit it to be a coordinating light that leads you through the haziest of nights and into the start of one more day. So when the shadows of vulnerability and despair do whatever it may take to overpower you, review these words. I'm your fortitude. I am your stone and your refuge. Additionally, let them fill you with the guts and conviction to go up against whatever hardships could come your course, understanding that I am with you for the most part, my esteemed youngster, idle, grasping to trust, finding light in the profundities of bitterness, my dearest young person, in the most dark profundities of melancholy, when the shadows of weakness represent an expected danger and the substantialness of the world feels disgraceful, I urge you to grip trust. For even in the most ridiculously troubling minutes, I'm the master of miracles, the transporter of light in the midst of cloudiness, and the wellspring of trust that can change your haziest days into depictions of win and rapture. I see the tears you shed, the torture you convey, and the fights you face. I hear the calls of your heart, the inquiries that plague your cerebrum, and the sensations of fear that do whatever it may take to consume your spirit. In any case, know this, my valued youngster, you are seldom alone, and there is for the most part trust, regardless, when it shows up distant. Trust is surely not a straightforward wish or a passing desire. It is a resolute anchor for the soul, a reference point of light that guides you through the whirlwinds of life and leads you to additional settled waters. The conviction better days are ahead, that patching is possible, and that joy can be found even in the midst of pain, notwithstanding how the road may be long and the journey brimming with obstructions. I am with you continually, walking around you, holding your hand, and aiding you through the haziest valleys. My love for you surpasses every objective limit, and my capacity to accomplish wonders is vast. Do whatever it takes not to lose heart, my dear, for I can change your lamenting into moving, your wailing into laughing, and your misery into trust. Trust in my unfailing friendship, and permit it to be the anchor that steadies your soul amidst the angry whirlwinds of life. Genuinely believe in the power of miracles, for I'm the God who isolated the seas, who raised the dead to life, and who vanquished perfect past. There is nothing past my range, no situation unreasonably basic, and no circumstance exorbitantly miserable for my assistance from a higher place. Regardless, when everything has all the earmarks of being lost, remember that I am the ruler of rebuilding and re-energizing. I can revitalize the dry bones of anguish and change your lamenting into moving. Place your trust in me and watch as I have a significant effect in your life, changing your fundamentals into statements of my unwavering quality and class. In this way, my loved youngster, don't give up to give up, but hold to vivaciously trust. Grip firmly to the responsibilities I have spoken over your life, and permit them to be a wellspring of fortitude and backing in the haziest of times. For I am with you by and large, and my reverence for you will not at any point waver. With me nearby, there is constantly trust, for each situation light, and reliably the responsibility of a more splendid tomorrow. Thusly, keep it together, dear, and permit want to be your coordinating star as you adventure through life's ups and downs. For in me, you will find the fortitude to persist, the strength to continue, and the pleasure that comes from understanding that you are valued unimaginable. In the huge field of the universe, where frameworks whirl and stars shimmer, I'm the fragile hand that mitigates the hurt in your heart and the healer of wounds that run significant. My child, when life's loads weigh significant upon your shoulders and the starters of presence leave you battered and injured, understand that I am here to bring you solace and repairing. I'm the brilliant specialist, the individual who revitalizes the depleted soul and restores centrality to the depleted soul. Present to me your exacerbation. Dear youngster, lay it at my feet and watch as I work wonders of progress and re-energizing. Whether your troubles are physical, near and dear, or significant, I'm the fix that brings easing and reconstructing. In the tranquil previews of disconnection, when the world vanishes and you are deserted with your perspectives, go to me, and I will wall you in by my mindful embrace. Experience the sparkle of my presence enveloping you like a sensitive cover, empowering you in your time of shortage. Surrender your fears and nerves, and surrender to the retouching power of my love. Understand that you are following some great people's example in your hardship, for I'm the reliably present amigo who walks around to you through the haziest valleys and the most splendid apexes. Midst sickness and distress, I'm the demulcent that eases your wounds and the therapy that conveys help to your upset soul. However, recovering isn't just about the body, it is also about the mind and soul. I'm the wellspring of understanding and enlightenment, the individual who guides you en route to internal amiability and tranquility. Through petition and reflection, keep nothing away from me, and license my recovering energy to flow through you, sanitizing you of negativity and filling you with light. Trust in the power of my love, dear youngster, for it is a power impossible, fit for conveying recovering to even the most significant of wounds. Embrace the journey of repairing, and understand that I am by and large here for you, ready to offer comfort and solace whenever you truly need it most. Amidst difficulty, when the world seems, by all accounts, to be dampening and trust feels far away, review that I am the light that shimmers in the fogginess, the reassuring sign that guides you home. With me nearby, you need not fear the whirlwinds of life, for I am the anchor that holds you steady amidst the enraged seas. So come to me, my child, with your irritation and your wounds, and permit me to bring you comfort and recovering. Trust in my unlimited love, and understand that I will not at any point leave you, for I'm the unprecedented healer of body, mind, and soul, and in my embrace, you will find a certified feeling of concordance. Title: Divine Security. Embrace strength under the watchful, thoroughly search in the tremendous expansiveness of presence, amidst the repetitive example of life's streams. There rehashes a resounding affirmation from the magnificent. Fear not, for I'm your safeguard. No harm will happen upon you under my careful look, for I'm your protect and your stronghold. My appreciated youngster, as you adventure through the labyrinth of presence, encountering the swarm troubles and weaknesses that lie on stop, understand that you are enveloped by the guarded embrace of radiant love. Fear not, for I am your guard, ever wary and undaunted in my commitment to safeguarding your thriving. In previews of vulnerability and uneasiness, when the shadows of fear represent an expected danger and the dark does whatever it may take to drench you, remember that you are under my security. Like a strong post that stands immovable against the storms of disaster, I'm your defend, safeguarding you from hurt and giving sanctuary amidst difficulty. Anyway, the way forward may be brimming with dangers and obstructions. Have certainty that you are following in some admirable people's footsteps in your outing. I'm with you for the most part, a calm sentinel taking care of you with unfazed thought and compassion. Trust in my preeminent capacity to shield you from underhandedness and permit certainty to be your coordinating light through the haziest of nights. Right when the breezes of weakness holler and the hurricane of life starters does whatever it may take to clean you up, take refuge in the safe house of my reverence. For I'm your post, a stronghold that can't be shaken by the wild surges of the world. Permit my presence to be a wellspring of fortitude and mental determination, empowering you to defy whatever that hardships could come your heading with consistent reason. No naughtiness will happen to you under my cautious look, dear, for I'm the protector of your soul, the gatekeeper of your spirit. Anyway, the whirlwinds could fume and the tides could change. Understand that I am the anchor that holds you steady amidst the madhouse. Trust in my responsibilities and permit them to be an uplifting sign that lights your heading through the murkiness. Fear not, for I'm your protector, and my veneration for you has no restrictions. In the asylum of my embrace, find solace and congruity, understanding that you are no issue by any means under the shade of my excellence. So proceed, sweetheart, with conviction and strength, understanding that I am with you by and large, your protect and your stronghold, by and forevermore. Title: Embracing Wonderful Explanation. Revealing the well-conceived plan of your life, my dearest youngster. You haven't shown up inadvertently, but instead by divine arrangement. From the specific second of your starting point, I have woven the strings of your existence with reason and deliberateness. You are a perfect work of art of my creation, made with reverence, care, and a fantasy outside your capacity to comprehend. Make an effort not to vulnerability momentarily that your life is a consequence of probability or karma. You are a piece of my fabulous arrangement, a novel and basic piece of the puzzle, significant for the spreading out of my great game plan for the world. I have a justification behind your life, sweetheart, an explanation that is essentially basically as tremendous as the universe and as versatile as the best weaving. An explanation transcends the restrictions of presence, twisting around together the strings of your experiences, your gifts, and your inclinations into an exquisite group of fulfillment and importance. Anyway, you may not be guaranteed to see it or fathom it. Understand that my course of action for your life is more unmistakable than you can imagine. It is a course of action stacked up with trust, with ensure, and with huge entryways for improvement and change. You were not made to just exist, to wander arbitrarily through the lobbies of time. No, you were made with intentionality, with a specific calling and destiny fit to be fulfilled. You are here to make a difference, to leave a mark on the world, and to shine splendidly as a sign of light and love amidst the cloudiness. Regardless, finding your motivation is for the most part troublesome. It requires reflection, insight, and a preparation to focus on the still, little voice inside. It anticipates that guts should risk everything, to embrace the way that I have laid before you, and to continually trust toward me. Don't hold back the slightest bit to think past down to earth limits, my dear, for I have planted seeds of importance inside you. Your inspiration isn't confined by your circumstances, your past accidents, or your evident imperatives. It is essentially basically as huge as the sky and as unending as my reverence for you. Along these lines, search for me with your whole presence, and I will reveal to you the explanation that I have selected for your life. Focus on the mumbles of my spirit, guiding you towards your genuine calling and fate. Likewise, trust in my responsibility that I will not at any point leave you nor disregard you as you adventure towards fulfilling your glorious explanation. Remember, sweetheart, that you are never alone in this trip. I'm with you consistently, walking around to you, coordinating your means, and acclaiming you from the sidelines. Trust in my timing, my understanding, and my warmth for you, and you will track down the fulfillment and joy that comes from continuing with a day-to-day presence agreed with your grand explanation. In the tremendous field of presence, amidst the tumult and weakness of life, there is one predictable, one truth that stays undeterred and resolute. My love for you, my treasured youngster. Let these words sink significant into your soul, for they hold the exemplification of my never-ending love for you. From the preview of your creation, you have been the object of my most significant love and kinship. Before the preparations of the earth were laid, before the stars were set consuming overhead, I knew you and revered you. You are my perfect work of art, my important creation, and my heart pours out done with limitless love for you. Despite where you go or what you do, my love will persistently follow you, like a fragile breeze that mumbles through the trees or the shine of the sun that washes the earth in its splendid light. A veneration surpasses every judicious restriction. That ranges to the farthest corners of the universe, to say the very least. My fondness for you is never-ending, reaching out back to the dawn of mankind and wandering forward into immeasurability. A love transcends reality, including every depiction of your world, to say the least. There is no beginning or end to my reverence for you, for it is generally around as wearisome as the genuine universe. Know, dear youngster, that you were regarded incomprehensible, regarded unrivaled. You were my one, the enjoyment of my heart, and the avocation behind my very being. In your haziest minutes, when you feel lost and alone, review that my love envelops you like a warm embrace, holding you close and never surrendering. My love for you is inadequate, consistent, and constant. It didn't rely upon what you do or don't do, what you say or don't say. A fondness basically is a friendship that streams from the profundities of my being and fills every fiber of your being with warmth and light. In this way, my appreciated youngster, rest on the data that you are a revered impossible. Permit my veneration to be a wellspring of fortitude and comfort to you. an uplifting sign in the most dark of nights. Additionally, may you buy and large review that paying little heed to what lies ahead. My love will not at any point balm you, for it is over all around as predictable as the stars above. Divine congruity, embracing quietness amidst tumult in the wild expanses of presence, amidst the crashing surges of disorder and distress. There exists a peaceful desert spring of concordance emanating from the great presence. In the midst of madhouse and aggravation, find a feeling of compromise in my presence. I'm the calm in the whirlwind, the congruity that beats all understanding. Dearest kid, as you investigate the swirling waters of life, shook by the breezes of weakness and the progressions of progress, understand that you need not be gathered up by the confusion around you. For I'm here, a reverence, purpose, and concordance shimmering wonderfully amidst the most dark of whirlwinds, offering solace and serenity to all who search for cover in my embrace. In depictions of agony and uproar, when the world seems to go wild and the racket of the world does whatever it may take to overwhelm you, turn interior and find solace in my presence. I'm the calm in the whirlwind, the peacefulness at the point of convergence of the typhoon, clutching envelop you by a broad of serenity that transcends all cognizance. Anyway, the fundamentals of life could test your motivation, and the troubles you face could give off an impression of being negative. Understand that you are following some great people's example in your fights. I'm here, a tranquil companion walking nearby, offering strength and support to help you with getting through the difficulty. Trust in my presence, sweetheart, and permit it to be a wellspring of comfort and reassurance amidst difficulty. Right when the anarchy of the world does whatever it takes to stifle the voice of reason and the disturbance of fear creates dazzling, search for refuge in the place of refuge of my serenity, for in my presence there is no space for fear or vulnerability, simply a significant sensation of calm that mitigates the upset waters of the soul. Permit my peacefulness to wash over you like a fragile breeze, stimulating your spirit and re-energizing your fortitude. Anyway, the storms could fume and the tornadoes could roar. Understand that my quietness is unshakable, a fortification that can't be infiltrated by the primers of life. Permit it to be your anchor in the midst of the whirlwind, laying out you amidst the confusion and guiding you safely through the most dark of nights. In the quiet previews of reflection, let my peacefulness fill you with a sensation of tranquility and fulfillment, understanding that you are held in the mindful embrace of the great. Trust in the power of my serenity to bring you through the difficulties of life's trip, and permit it to be a coordinating light that leads you safely home. Dear, in the midst of chaos and unsettling influence, find a feeling of concordance in my presence. Permit it to be a sanctuary for your depleted soul, a place of refuge where you can find rest and re-energizing amidst the whirlwinds of life. For I'm the calm in the storm, the agreement that outflanks all appreciation, and I'm staying nearby for you for the most part, my esteemed youngster. Title: Embracing Sublime Rapture, Exuding Light and Appreciation, my dearest young person, in the midst of life's trip, amidst its thrilling curves in the street, its zeniths and valleys, I call upon you to embrace, please, the pure, unreasonable fulfillment that jumps out from the profundities of your soul and radiates outward like a reference point of light in the obscurity. Share in the blessings that envelop you, for every extraordinary and astonishing gift comes from me. From the shine of the sun all over to the chuckling of loved ones, from the gloriousness of nature to the fundamental delights of everyday presence, consistently is a gift, an exhibition of my limitless love and ease. Permit my fulfillment to make you indefinably satisfied, dear, like a stream pouring out over its banks, washing incessantly all traces of trouble, stress, and fear. Permit it to plague every fiber of your being, infusing you with a sensation of concordance, satisfaction, and appreciation for the plentiful blessings that ease your life each and every day. Make an effort not to believe that ideal circumstances will experience rapture, for it isn't dependent upon external variables or transitory sentiments. Real rapture surges out from a heart that is laid out in certainty, appreciation, and a consistent trust in my fortune. Without a doubt, even in the midst of difficulties, I invite you to select joy, to find eminence in the midst of brokenness, to track down trust notwithstanding despair, and to embrace chuckling in the midst of tears. For my rapture isn't dependent upon your circumstances, but on the unshakable truth of my warmth for you. Wake you up to the marvels that envelop you, sweetheart, and permit appreciation to be the point of convergence through which you view the world. Recall your favorable luck, both of every kind, and let them go about as a reminder of wow and dedication in your life. In any case, don't stay quiet regarding this satisfaction, my valued youth. Permit it to gush out over into your overall environmental elements, like expands on a lake, reaching the presences of all who cross your direction. Be a sign of light in a world shrouded in lack of clarity, sharing the enjoyment that streams from your heart with individuals who need it most. Permit your joy to be overpowering, spreading out like rapidly and lighting the hearts of others with trust, love, and the responsibility of a more magnificent tomorrow. Permit it to be an exhibit of the exceptional power of my fondness and an update that even in the haziest of times, bliss can be found inside seeing my spirit. Along these lines, my dear, embrace rapture with incredible warmth and permit it to be your trustworthy companion on the journey of life. Permit it to give you a genuinely necessary lift, re-energize your fortitude, and make you incredibly satisfied with a sensation of supernatural occurrence and marvel at the greatness of my creation. In the fantastic weaving of presence, time spreads out in puzzling ways, twisting around together the strings of past, present, and future into a showstopper outside our capacity to get a handle on. My dearest kid, as you adventure through the sections of life, review that time is by and by a vessel through which my glorious will is showed. Resilience, sweetheart, is an honorableness that conveys mind-blowing power and wisdom. It is the ability to continue on, to hold on with quiet sureness and trust in the spreading out of my course of action. For I, your Creator, handle the framework of your life, and I know the astonishing karma for each event, each gift, and every primer that you will incite. In the rushing around of current life, it is easy to become enthusiastic, to demand second enjoyment and brief results. Be that as it may, veritable turn of events, certified change, takes time. Like a seed laid out in the soil, it requires maintaining, care, and tirelessness to develop and sprout into something brilliant. In this manner, my dear adolescent, trust in my timing, for it is reliably perfect, regardless, when it seems, by all accounts, to be that nothing is happening, when the road ahead appears extensive and uncertain, Understand that I am working behind the scenes, orchestrating everything about your reality with exactness and love. At the hours of slowing down, foster a sensation of perseverance and surrender. Embrace the ongoing second, for it is where veritable concordance and fulfillment reside. License yourself to be totally present, to partake in the direct pleasures of life, understanding that consistently is a significant gift from me to you. As you hold on, don't lose heart or become worn out. Taking everything into account, draw strength from the data that I am with you ceaselessly, guiding you, supporting you, and setting you up for the gifts that lie ahead. Trust in my responsibilities, for they are unflinching and substantial, and understand that I will make everything great in my time. In the consummation of time, when the destinies line up and the seasons change, you will see the results of your comprehension and relentlessness. You will spectator the spreading out of my game plan in your life, and you will ponder the greatness and faultlessness of my timing. Along these lines, show limitation, sweetheart, and depend in me with all that is in you, for I'm consistently working for your extraordinary, and I will not at any point balm you. Idle, creating appreciation, finding rapture in the abundance of blessings and the monstrous weaving of presence. Amidst the crowd experiences that shape our lives, there exists a critical hello from the brilliant. Express thankfulness for the abundance of gifts in your everyday presence, both of every kind. Foster a sensation of appreciation, and you will find bliss in each second. Dearest soul, as you adventure through the labyrinth of life's endeavors, stop briefly to pause and think about the enormous number of gifts that ease your direction. For in each breath you take, in each bang of your heart, there lies a treasure trove of flood fit to be found. Express thankfulness for the extraordinary events that spread out around you, both seen and unnoticeable, and permit appreciation to be the compass that coordinates your heading. In previews of win and party, when your heart pours out done with fulfillment and appreciation, offer thanks to the wellspring, things being what they are. For each victory, every accomplishment is a showing of the ease and goodness that infiltrate the surface of presence. Foster a sensation of appreciation, dear, and permit it to be an aid of light that illuminates your direction through the dimness. Regardless, don't disregard the more humble blessings that decorate your life like important jewels scattered at the edge of the street. Express appreciation for the direct enjoyments that give you delight, the shine of the sun everywhere, the chuckling of loved ones, the radiance of nature's overflow, for it is a significant part of the time in these obviously unimportant minutes that the certified essence of life's luxury is revealed. Amidst trouble and fight, when the road ahead seems, by all accounts, to be steep, and the hardships incomprehensible, let appreciation be your coordinating star, for even in the midst of life's storms, there are favors to be seen, models as academic, fortitude to be gained, and solidarity to be made. Express thankfulness for the entryways that rise out of setback and permit them to be a stimulus for improvement and change. In the serene previews of reflection, foster a sensation of appreciation that enters each piece of your being. Permit it to instill your thoughts, words, and exercises with a sensation of appreciation for the blessings that have allotted your life. Besides, as you do, you will find that joy sprouts inside you like a bloom and sprout, making you richly satisfied with a sensation of concordance and fulfillment. Dear, express appreciation for the abundance of favors in your everyday presence, both of every kind imaginable. For in the exhibit of appreciation lies the best approach to opening the consummation of life's actual limit and experiencing the veritable pleasure of presence. So stop for a moment consistently to offer appreciation for the blessings that ease your direction, and permit appreciation to be your trustworthy companion on the journey of life. Title: Embracing Superb Courage. Wandering forward with certainty and certification, my dearest young person, even with weakness, in the midst of fear, I call upon you to embrace strength, the psychological metal that jumps out from a heart grounded in certainty, trust, and the determined affirmation of my presence nearby. Do whatever it takes not to be worried, sweetheart, for I'm with you by and large. My love includes you like a guard to defend, and my fortitude backings you through every difficulty that you could face. Take strength, thusly, and put in maximum effort, understanding that I will not at any point leave you. Fear has zero influence over you, for I'm the God who calms the storms, who makes a way where there is apparently by no means an opportunity, and who leads you successfully through the haziest valleys to the mountain edges of wind. Trust in my responsibilities, sweetheart, and permit them to be a wellspring of fortitude and mental grit as you investigate the challenges of life. Mental backbone isn't the setback of fear, yet the status to oppose it head on, to stand firm despite hardship, and to push forward sincerely and resolve. It is the conviction that no prevention is stunning, no starter unreasonably overpowering, and no adversity excessively unprecedented to try and consider overcoming with my fortitude and heading. Take strength, dear, for I have outfitted you with everything that could become your heading. I have furnished you with a sensation of power, of love, and of a sound mind, a spirit that enables you to rise above your sensations of fear and to walk firmly in the sureness of my presence. Do whatever it takes not to draw back from the fundamentals that lie ahead, but face them with strength and conviction, understanding that I am with you continually. Draw strength from my responsibilities, my assertion, and my presence, and permit them to urge you to seek after your dreams, beat your hindrances, and fulfill your sublime destiny. Nonetheless, recall, sweetheart, that backbone is surely not a one-time act, yet an everyday decision, a choice to trust in me, to surrender to my will, and to risk everything, regardless, when the way forward gives off an impression of being sketchy or overpowering. Along these lines, my loved youngster, don't permit fear to get you far from transforming into the singular I have made you to be. Take strength, therefore, and permit it to be your coordinating light as you adventure through life's high focuses and depressed spots. For with me nearby, you can go up against anything that comes your bearing with sureness, understanding that I will not at any point leave you nor scorn you. With all my fondness, your consistently present wellspring of guts and strength in the colossal broadness of the universe, amidst the repetitive example of time, there exists a power unimaginable, an unwavering sign of light that cuts through the shadowiness, illuminating the way for individuals who set off on a mission to acknowledge. My regarded youth, let your heart be stacked up with a fair, consistent fire, for in certainty lies the capacity to do everything necessary and shape destinies. In a world stacked with vulnerability and weakness, certainty stays as a fearless anchor, laying out the soul amidst life's wild whirlwinds. It is the fearless confidence in my eminent fortune, the unshakable trust in my immortal responsibilities, that draws in you to transcend the requirements of human appreciation and embrace the unending expected results of the universe. Anyway, the troubles you face could have all the earmarks of being unconquerable, but the fundamentals of life could weigh energetically upon your spirit. Don't give up. For with certainty as little as a mustard seed, you have the vast potential to vanquish the unbelievable, to overcome trouble, and to emerge fruitful regardless of setback. Acknowledge, my dear, acknowledge with every fiber of your being, for certainty is the key that opens the best approach to ponders. The force changes dreams into this present reality, petitions into tended to gifts. Exactly when your overall environmental elements shakes with vulnerability, let your certainty stand firm like a getting through fortification, for it is the foundation whereupon wonders are developed. Support your certainty like a sensitive sapling, creating it with request, reflection, and the tenacious conviction that I am with you ceaselessly, guiding you, defending you, and drawing in you to walk the method of uprightness. Trust in my responsibilities, for they are unalterable, immutable, and ageless. Regardless, when the trip ahead seems, by all accounts, to be canvassed in cloudiness, regardless, when the road is weighed down with blocks and hardships, grip firmly to your certainty, understanding that I am the light that coordinates your heading. Like a sign at night, let your certainty shimmer marvelously, making out the concealed areas of vulnerability and fear, and driving you ever closer as per the general inclination of my sublime game plan. In the profundities of your soul, let certainty prosper and flourish, for in certainty lies the capacity to transcend the hindrances of the human experience and embrace the unending likely results of the eminent. With certainty as your compass and my veneration as your helper, there is nothing that you can't achieve, no impediment that you can't make do. Along these lines, my dear youngster, acknowledge, put confidence in me, confide in yourself, and really believe in the endless ability of certainty to perform every miracle necessary and shape destinies. Heidel, the reliably present possibility of recuperation, embracing recovery, and rebuilding in the huge area of presence amidst the common examples of human experience, there exists an undying hello from the wonderful. Paying little mind to how far you have meandered, getting back to me is seldom too far to turn back. I offer you recuperation and recovery, assuming by some fortunate turn of events you will go to me. Dearest soul, as you adventure through the thrilling curves in the street of life's twisting way, understand that you are never past the scope of brilliant ease, notwithstanding the way in which far you could have wandered, paying little heed to how significant you could have fallen. The way to recuperation stands open before you, persuading you to return to the wellspring of all love and light. In previews of vulnerability and sorrow, when the weight of liability and shame does whatever it may take to pound your spirit, review that you are not portrayed by your past accidents. I offer you recovery, dear, a chance to convey the loads of the past and embrace a future stacked up with trust and believability. All things required is a willing heart and a humble soul to turn towards me and recognize the blessing of reconstructing that I offer. Despite how the way to recovery may be brimming with challenges and hindrances, understand that you don't walk this way alone. I'm with you by and large, in unfaltering presence, offering bearing and sponsorship continually. Trust in my limitless love and thoughtfulness to lead you through the duskiness and into the brilliance of recovery. No bad behavior is too awesome, no offense unnecessarily serious to be pardoned by the unlimited ease of the great. In my eyes, you merit recuperation, dear, regardless of what the slips up you have made or the manners in which you have picked. Surrender the shackles of liability and self-judgment, and embrace the open door that comes from enduring the enrichment of acquitting that I offer. In the serene previews of reflection, notice the still, little voice inside you that mumbles empowering explanations and affirmation. It is the voice of recuperation, calling you to set out your loads and surrender to the historic power of radiant ease. Focus on its sensitive inciting, and let it guide you back into the mindful embrace of the brilliant. Despite how far you have meandered, getting back to me is seldom too far to consider turning back. I stand ready to welcome you sincerely, to wash away the stains of offense and shame, and to restore you to culmination and goodness. All things needed is a lone push toward certainty, in excitement to surrender the past and embrace the responsibility of a more impressive tomorrow. Surrender don't as well, dear, for recovery is reliably reachable. Turn towards me with an open heart and a humble soul, and I will lift you up on wings of warmth and pass you home unto where you truly have a spot. For I offer you recovery and reconstructing, assuming by some fortunate turn of events you will go to me, embracing sublime passive consent, finding a legitimate feeling of compromise in surrendering my dearest adolescent in the clamor of life, amidst the storms that wrath inside and without. I call upon you to embrace surrender, the exhibit of conveying your loads, your interests, and your will into my mindful hands. Surrender to me, sweetheart, and I will give you rest for your soul. Release the greatness of your loads, sweetheart, and lay them at my feet. Surrender the worries that consume your examinations, the fears that grip your heart, and the nerves that plague your mind. For in surrendering them to me, you free yourself from their profound weight and let loose yourself to the congruity that beats all understanding. Do whatever it takes not to grasp to control, sweetheart, for it is by and by a duplicity, a passing mind flight in the desert of life. Surrender your will to mine, and let me guide your means, your contemplations, and your longings as shown by my optimal plan for your life. Trust in my knowledge, goodness, and my love for you, and permit them to be the compass that facilitates your direction. Surrender is most certainly not a sign of inadequacy, but a fortitude, an affirmation of your limitations and an attestation of my control over all things. It is the exhibit of surrendering your own arrangement and embracing mine, understanding that my game plans for you are undeniably more critical than anything that you could at any time imagine. As you surrender to me, sweetheart, you will find rest for your soul, a significant and enduring concordance that transcends the difficulties of this world. A congruity streams from understanding that you are held in the focal point of my hand, and that nothing can segregate you from my fondness. In any case, surrender is surely not a one-time act, yet an ordinary choice, a relentless putting down of your own longings and wants at my feet. It requires unobtrusiveness, trust, and an energy to surrender control, regardless, when the way forward seems, by all accounts, to be uncertain or overpowering. Thusly, my dearest young person, make it a highlight surrender to me absolutely, to trust in my plans, my timing, and my game plan for your life. Surrender the need to get a handle on everything, and then again, rest in the data that I am working everything together for your advantage. In surrendering to me, You will see a potential open door, an open door as what your personality was made to be, to live truly, and to experience the consummation of fulfillment and congruity that comes from walking around plan with my will. With all my warmth, you reliably present wellspring of concordance and comfort in the weaving of presence, woven with strings of time and destiny. There exists a space past the constraints of mortal wisdom, a never-ending place of refuge where the soul finds solace and the spirit finds a feeling of compromise. My cherished youngster, cast your look past the transient appeal of regular pleasures and fix your eyes upon the immense extent of unlimited quality that searches for you in my glorious embrace. In the transient dance of mortal presence, where enjoyments are fleeting and bothers are huge, neglecting to zero in on the ageless reality that lies past the shroud of mortality is straightforward. However, I, your never-ending Father, captivate you to look past the common cover and view the responsibility of ageless life that searches for you in my domain. In my sublime home, there is no more exacerbation, no more misery, simply ceaseless rapture that surpasses every single judicious impediment. It is where the depleted track down rest, the destroyed view is patching, and the lost considered to be their direction home. In my domain, each tear is cleaned away, every injury is patched, and every heart is stacked up with the splendid light of my never-ending warmth. Anyway, the starters of life could weigh energetically upon your soul, but the loads of this world could have all the earmarks of being unthinkable. Inhale simple, considering the data that they are in any case transitory shadows in the immortal light of my presence. For in my domain, there is no fogginess that can overshadow the wonder of my love, no unhappiness that can quench the fire of trust, and no worry that can lessen the fair splendor. Subsequently, my sweetheart youngster, cheer up by the starters of this world, for they are in any case fleeting fundamentals that haze into irrelevance in the brilliance of perpetuation. Lift up your eyes to the sky, and notice the wonderfulness of my immortal domain that searches for you, a domain where the honorable reign with me in ceaseless significance, where torture and getting through are in any case old remainders of the past, and where love governs until the end of time. Set your heart burning with the assumption for never-ending life, and let the responsibility of my immortal domain be the coordinating star that edifies your direction through the haziest of nights. For at last, it isn't the passing delights of this world that persist, but the ageless fortunes of my domain that expect individuals who place their trust in me. Embrace the responsibility of ageless presence with me, my dearest young person, and let the longing for heaven be the anchor of your soul in the fierce expanses of life. For in my domain, there is no restriction to the joy, no limitation to the love, and no activity to the blessings that expect individuals who walk around certainty and trust in my never-ending responsibilities. Title: Immoral Presence and Gifts, an end embrace from the sublime in the phenomenal weaving of presence. As the rap draws into a close by on the period of human experience, there emerges a sensitive closing message from the Magnificent. My dear youngster, understand that I am by and large here for you, by and forevermore. May my serenity and enrichment show up reliably. Dearest soul, as you adventure through the labyrinth of life, amidst its apexes and valleys, its joys and bothers, remember that you are seldom alone. I am with you for the most part, a predictable presence nearby, guiding you with love and cleverness through the thrilling curves in the street of your normal visit. In previews of joy and party, when your heart pours out done with appreciation and celebration, understand that I cheer with you, my dear youngster. Your delight gives me joy, and your triumphs are a show of the flexibility and strength that live inside you. May my gift shower upon you like sensitive storm, supporting your spirit and making you abundantly satisfied with impossible love. Moreover, in depictions of misery and trouble, when the weight of the world does whatever it may take to pummel your spirit, remember that I am here to offer solace and comfort in your time of shortage. Slant upon me, dear, and let my veneration be a wellspring of fortitude to bring you through the haziest of nights. May my serenity, like a sensitive breeze, clean up the surges of pity and fill your soul with quietness and calm. As you investigate the troubles and weaknesses of life's journey, may you find reassurance in the data that I am staking around for you by and forevermore. My veneration for you surpasses every sensible constraint, and my presence is a reference point of light that shines magnificently in the dimness, coordinating your heading with enduring ease. Despite where your way could lead you, paying little mind to what starters you could stand up to, understand that I am reliably here to walk around you, to advance you strength and support when you truly need it most. Trust toward me, sweetheart, and permit it to be a wellspring of comfort and affirmation as you adventure through the high focuses and depressed spots of life's insight. Moreover, as you bid farewell to this normal area and trip into the fantastic dark that lies past, may my serenity and enrichment show up reliably. May they envelop you like a mantle of love, walling you in their sparkle and security as you leave upon the accompanying period of your immortal journey. My loved youngster, understand that I am reliably here for you, by and forevermore. May my quietness and gifts show up persistently, guiding you, empowering you, and making you incredibly satisfied with friendship ageless. With everything taken into account, the superb messages shared all through these reflections resonate with a critical sensation of warmth, compassion, and bearing from the magnificent presence. Each message passes on inside it a responsibility of trust, a wellspring of motivation, and a consolation to embrace the phenomenal power of certainty, appreciation, and recovery. As we adventure through the complexities of life, may we grip firmly to the affirmation that we are seldom alone, for the brilliant presence is ever present, guiding us with steady love and style. May we find solace in the data that no matter what the troubles we face, we are kept up with by an undeterred wellspring of fortitude and security. Permit us to foster a sensation of appreciation, communicating thankfulness for the flood of gifts in our lives, both of every kind imaginable. In previews of euphoria, may we cheer in the pouring out over goodness that envelops us, and in depictions of trouble, may we track down comfort in the continuing on through love for the brilliant. Moreover, as we investigate the thrilling twists in the street of our normal cycle, may we recall the sails to recovery, understanding that it is never previous chance to turn towards the light and embrace the boundless magnificence that searches for us. Taking everything into account, let us pass on forward these sublime messages as empowering signs and heading, edifying our direction with the light of reverence and wisdom. May we walk around certainty, understanding that the brilliant presence is with us ceaselessly, offering congruity, gifts, and never-ending style.